and John Leone standing by with a former Lafayette Leopard.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Michael. You know, despite the score on the scoreboard, any day's a good day when you have the opportunity to talk to a young man like Bill Wagner, Lafayette class of 1989. I'm here with Bill and his daughter, Hannah. And Bill, first of all, welcome to the Lafayette Sports Network. You and I have visited over the years. Let's start from the beginning and work our way back. Congratulations on some recent activity in your life. You just got appointed CEO of LogMeIn.
I did. First of all, thank you for calling me a young man. That's the highlight. That's ultimately going to be the highlight of my day. But it's great to be here. You know, Lafayette's been such an important part of my life and my family's life, and it's always great to be able to see them play. It's always a special fun.
You know, Billy, I mentioned your company, LogMeIn. It's a tech company.
Yeah.
And so obviously you majored in something like electrical engineering or computer science, no doubt.
Of course. Now, actually, as you know, I majored in history, and I think that's what makes Lafayette so special, as you and I have talked about over the years, that combination of exposure to the sciences, but also strong liberal arts. And for me, I think a liberal arts degree allows you to do anything you want to do. It's really forged the way and helped me be really successful. So it's not just the STEM. STEM is really important, but liberal arts is really a big part of my success.
You know, Billy, and again, I've heard you say that, and as a representative of the college, both in my real job and in this moonlighting gig here, I hear the college trying to get that message across, but when I hear it from guys like you, it really resonates. I mean, it's the truth, and your story illustrates it. In addition to being a history major and then going on to the tech world, you've had some other interesting things going on in your life.
Yeah, no, we've been, Lafayette, again, is exposed, one of the things that work with professors like Bob Wagner and Dick Welch, if you remember Dick Welch, who was my advisor, really exposed me to a kind of a broader world. I came out of a blue-collar upbringing and exposed Lafayette really not just the football experience, but the whole college experience. So we've been able to give back to, adopted our wonderful kids from the Philippines. We've been able to give back to the Philippines. My wife and I are pretty active in doing that, and that's been a big part of our life as well.
It's such a common thread throughout the fabric of the Lafayette community, guys like you doing special things and then giving back not just to the college, Billy, but to other things that are important in their life. Talk a little bit about, if you could, the transition. Take us through graduation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of students out there saying, "How do I get to where he is?"
Yeah. Well, so it's there's no magic formula, of course. But, for me, I graduated Lafayette and I actually went to work for AT&T. Was in sales and marketing jobs for about 10, 11 years. Went back to graduate school, which a lot of Lafayette students end up doing. Got my degree, got my MBA at Wharton School, and then went to do a startup. And that was a big kind of a jump. And I know a lot of students come out of Lafayette these days. That's what they do. It's great to see. I'm so supportive of that. You got to kind of roll the dice. And it worked out well. That company we ended up selling, and then I went to work for another company, and I've been now LogMeIn for a few years.
You know, there's such a something in the DNA of Lafayette that produces students that want to do things on their own. They have that entrepreneurial spirit. Tell us a little bit about LogMeIn. I know that when I have trouble with my computer, I call the help desk, and they say, "Okay, you got to go to LogMeIn 123," and I said, "LogMeIn? That's Billy Wagner's company."
Yeah, no, it's great. First of all, it's great that Lafayette's also a customer of ours, but the company really started off by providing remote access to computers, and now we've evolved into, we have a product called Join Me that allows online conference calling and online video and meetings, and now it's the Internet of Things. So now it's connected products, and the products we live in, the irony is we think we live in this connected world. The world we live in is actually utterly not connected. And so when your contacts are connected, they'll actually be able to tell your doctor real time what the health is of your eyes. When you have internet endpoints in your bloodstream, then we're living in a connected world. And those are things that are within the next 10 years of our lifetime.
That is incredible stuff. You know, Billy, again, we've talked a lot about your involvement in Lafayette. We'd love to get you back to campus to talk to some of our kids. You know, one of the pillars of our current capital campaign is connected communities. We're looking at it in a completely different way.
But global way, really, which is a great, phenomenal to see. I know some of the programs that Lafayette's had of sending students to other countries to help and not just immerse themselves in the culture, but also teach and help those students, and then they come back and then they end up being Lafayette students. So it's great to see.
You and I talked briefly about the possibility, and forgive me, I may get fired for this tomorrow, but we're sending kids to Madagascar, we're sending kids to Honduras. You know, the Philippines could be on the radar, Billy.
I know. We might have to look into that. Yeah, it'd be a great way to kind of blend two passions in my life.
Absolutely. You know, also on a football note, we finally found an articulate guy from the football team of the 88 and 87 teams. I understand that you played with a colleague of ours.
I did. I did have the real privilege to play with Mike Joseph, and who was really just a fantastic, one of the hardest hitters I've ever had a chance to play with, and also a great guy. Unfortunately, unlike me, he didn't have a chance to win a championship ring. So I will hold that out, Mike. You know, I'm sorry you didn't get one of these.
I love it when you sing, Michael. Hannah, I know you might not be ready for a question, but we're going to talk about articulate kids. Tell me, have you ever been down to Lafayette to see the school yet?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, tell us what you think of Lafayette. What do you remember about it?
It's hilly, and it's
It's the college on the hill. And what do you want to study when you go to college?
I'm not sure yet.
That's the best thing to do when you come to a small private liberal arts college. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there. Your dad can tell you. The best thing about it, Billy, is there's so much to discover. What did you think you wanted to do when you first came?
Yeah, you know, actually, the funny thing is I enrolled in engineering, and I really felt after a year it wasn't quite for me, and my passion was always history, but I really didn't know, like a lot of students, I didn't know what you could do with a history degree, and I realized you could do whatever you wanted to do, and I've been fortunate enough to have some success, and it's been great, but Lafayette's been a big part of that for sure.
Well, we've got a little tagline here that says, "No dream is too wild. Exhibit A, Exhibit 1A." Michael, sorry to steal some of your thunder there, but I think you'll agree. Bill, thanks so much. And Hannah, thank you for spending time with us on the Lafayette Sports
Great
Network.
seeing you, Joe. Thanks so much. John, see you. Bye-bye.
Gary, Michael, back to you guys.